first question is actually from Muhammad Ehsan in Kuala Lumpur. His first question would be, if you could reinvestigate a river monster, what would it be?
The very first program that we made was about the goonch catfish in India, North India, in the Himalayan rivers there, and I did catch a very big one, but as with a lot of fish, I just wonder how big they go. I'd like to go and try and catch a bigger one of those.
The second one would be from Amirul Irfan from Batang Kadi, and his question would be, what drives you the most to go fishing around the globe? Is it hunting monsters in life-threatening situations and places, despite the fact that there's a chance of you coming back empty-handed?
Well, I think people who fish will understand that it's all about curiosity. You never know what's there, and I think, again, I think hardship comes into it, because if catching fish was easy, then it would lose its appeal. So I think it's we have this English expression, no pain, no gain. It's if you get a result against a context of difficulty, or from a place that is difficult to get into, it's much more memorable, it's much more satisfying. So without being reckless, I like going to difficult environments where there possibly is a bit of danger, partly because you're normally not going to find other people fishing there, and then if you do succeed in that situation, it just feels that much better. Plus you're more likely to find the big fish in the remoter places.
Yes. The next one is from Jonathan Tay, based in Kuala Lumpur too. What was the first fish you remember catching? How did you begin to fish?
I began to fish when I was 7 or 8 years old. And I can't remember. This was in a river in southeast England, and it was either a roach or it was a gudgeon, but it was about that size. And I sort of vaguely remember it sort of hanging on the line and being a bit afraid to touch it almost, because what's it going to feel like? It's come out of the water. It's come out of this other world, and it was. It took me a little while to sort of to be comfortable handling fish.
Yes. This is from me actually. The fourth question. Which do you prefer, fly fishing, bait fishing, or lure fishing?
The fishing that I normally do is normally very unsophisticated bait fishing.
Yes, that's right.
It's just a lump of dead fish on the bottom, but I do think very carefully about where I put it. I've done a bit of fly fishing over the years, and the last couple of years I've gotten more into fly fishing. And what I like about angling is that there is so much variety, and the fact that I've not done very much in the past, it's something I'm discovering, sort of it's quite new to me. In fact, one of the programs in the new season that's coming up soon, season 6, is one of the programs there. I go fly fishing for a very large fish. No, I can't say. It's in South America. Okay. I'll let you'll have to wait and see what that is. Yeah. But no, that was that was quite special for me, because I haven't done a lot of fly fishing. I finally got. It was just the last couple of days that we were there. Finally, my casting came right.
Yeah.
My casting was okay, but it was only the last couple of days that suddenly when the timing gets right, that is very it is very satisfying when suddenly it's just working and it's going where you want.
Yes, definitely, it's beautiful. Iskandar Daniel from Kajang. He asked this very important question: Are you a casual angler, or do you fish monsters only? For example, do you do coarse fishing when you're not fishing for monsters?
The thing is, outside the filming, I don't really have time these days, but I do sometimes like fishing with very light gear for small fish, almost as a bit of an antidote. It's a lot of the gear that I use is because what I do, I always think, what is the very biggest fish that I might encounter here? Not what is the average size, the medium size. It's the big fish. So I often use very heavy tackle, which is not easy to fish with,
Yes.
and using light gear. It's sort of more fun in a way. Last year, back in the UK, I had I managed one evening at a lake near where I live, catching just very small fish like that, and it was great. I really enjoyed it, but I don't do it very often.
Okay. What will your first truly Malaysian fishing experience be? Where would you go if you have heard about fishing? What would you fish for? Yeah.
Ooh, right. I've got to be very careful here because I don't want to give away what we might be planning. I haven't fished in Malaysia yet, but we have considered it.
Okay.
And there is a possibility, and I think people who fish here, they might make some educated guesses what it might be possibly.
Okay. Can you give us a clue, like what would you find in its mouth? Lots of teeth or raw teeth?
Let's say lots of teeth. Yes.
Is it a catfish genus
It could be, yeah, possibly, yes. That's probably enough.